My name is Jarek Robbins. I'm the President and Chief Strategy Officer of Success Enterprises. I am here with our CMO, Tristan. Nice to see you. And we have a very, very special guest with us. Now, he's been doing this for over 2 decades, touching people all around the world and helping them really, really master the inner work of what it takes to truly be successful. Dean, welcome. We're thrilled that you're here.
Good to be here. What's up, guys?
What's
Hey, how
up?
are you? I'd love to dive into the conversation with so much chaos going on in the world right now, with so many challenges, so many uncertainties. I know you yourself on your own life journey have faced challenges, have faced uncertainties. How do we help people navigate what's going on in the world right now? I'd love for you to share a little bit about your journey and how you've navigated it, and then we can help people understand the success principles of things they can use in their life that'll help them navigate it as well.
Yeah, great question. And good to be here with you guys. And anybody listening live, or if you watch the replay, I know you got lots of options, but you're here with us. So awesome. We're going to make this next 30 minutes or so really impactful and powerful, at least to the best of our ability. I'll tell a little bit about my story in a minute. I don't want to bore you guys with it about me. This is about you guys today. You have a million options and you're here with us right now. And here's what I know. So great question, Jarek. And the one thing I don't think people realize, that I think the biggest byproduct of uncertain times, a shifting economy, chaos, polarization, split government, all the stuff that's going on, I think the biggest byproduct most people don't see is, did you ever hear that saying that alcohol and money magnifies who someone is? If someone's a jerk before they drink, they're a bigger jerk. Yeah. When they have money, if they were a jerk, and if someone's really sweet, it's the person who drinks and might cry, and someone who makes money and they give it all away, right? I think uncertainty, and this is, I think, really important for everybody to listen. I've been through 3 shifting economies while I was in business. I've been in business for myself for over 3 decades.
Wow.
And here's what I know. When uncertainty comes, those insecurities that we have without realizing are magnified. If you were a little bit hesitant to going after the bold move you had to make to start the business, scale the business, take it to another level, change your life. If you were a little hesitant, you're a lot more hesitant. If you had imposter syndrome, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I can launch at that level. Can I really go out and be front stage? Could I really do that? You add insecurity, you add 3 years of COVID, high inflation, recession coming, government doesn't talk to each other, too vax to not vax, too mask to not mask. You add all that shit, which you don't realize, you go to the third F. It's not fight or flight. What I believe the biggest curse, the biggest downfall you could have over the next 12 months is the third F, and that's to freeze. And it happens to most people. They kind of just wait to see where things are going. Will the economy get better? Will there be someone new elected in? Will things change? In times like this, the part that I think that I could say through my 3 decades of being in business through different economies, for being a study of other people's success and my own for 27 years, not only do I get to look at my own success, I get to model and learn from so many others. And as you write books and, as you surround yourself with amazing people, you get to learn the pattern that in times like this, without realizing, you're playing a little bit small. And when that happens, you get left behind exponentially faster than any time in history. But the complete opposite side is true. Those that have the ability, and this is what you work on, Jarek, this is what you both work on a regular basis, why you're a part of Success and Success Magazine, Success Organization, and carrying this company forward to a whole nother level, is because we know in times like this, those that can focus on opportunity, not obstacles, those that can see what they do have, not what they lost, those that can go, and I love the term upstream, those that can go upstream and play with the mindset can allow you to thrive in a time like this when most people can't, because you have less competition. Today, if you have 5 minutes today, Google when the most successful companies that are out there were formulated. Google, like 72% of the top 500 companies, when they were formed? During a recession. Why? Because you don't have as much competition, because everybody's sitting on their hands going, let's see what happens. And the only thing I'd love to say today, or whenever you listen to this, screw that. Do not sit around and wait to see what happens. Be bold, be brave, find a way to be courageous, and see this is truly the time to shine.
Dude, I love that. Someone once told me, you know what? I choose not to participate in this recession. So see you later. I was like,
Yeah, I like
that
I like that.
was good, man. So where do we start with this? Because a lot of people do freeze. Look what happened during COVID. People just froze. They're like, what do we do now? Where do we start?
Yeah, I mean, um, for me, I like to go, right? What is success, right? You guys are a part of the Success organization, Success Magazine. It's a word that's been used forever. It's such an iconic brand. But really, what does success mean? And again, I know I'm sharing stuff. There's things that I'm sharing today that are not the first time you've ever heard it. None of it's the first time. How many times do you need to hear something until it becomes a part of your life, right? People know
Mm.
how to work. People know how to get in better shape. True story. You want to get in better shape, you only need about 4 words: eat better, work out more. But how many people are doing it, right? You can't go to the gym over a weekend, work your ass off, and be in great shape for 2 years. It's consistency. And the one thing people miss when it comes to mindset and success habits and strategy is the consistency, because we're at war with our inner self doubt. We're at war with the I can't, I shouldn't, I should hold on, compared to the I'm meant for more, I can do this. We're at war that all the time. We are being fed negative beliefs nonstop through the media and people in our life that are scared and other people in our life that want us to dim our glow. We are fighting that on an everyday basis. So if we let that outside world just sink in a little, we get a little uncertain. We get a little scared. And when you do, you don't play brave. You don't be courageous, right? Courage is moving forward when you're scared anyway. So, with that said, in uncertain times, the first thing to realize is you're freaking human. If you feel like maybe I should play goalie with my business, maybe I shouldn't try to expand right now, maybe I shouldn't try to launch that business. Congratulations for being human. Of course, you feel that way. But what I'd really think about is we talk about success. The first thing, just how I handle things, is I want to define in the most specific words what really does success mean to you right now. Again, I talked about going upstream before. I would love, if we had more time, I would share the marketing strategies I'm doing right now to for my companies, for the partner, the company I'm partners with, Tony Robbins, the launch that we're doing, the challenger. I'd love to share my shifting marketing strategies. That's a part of success. I'd love to share how we stepped up how we care about people. How do you love people more? How do you, like Agmendino's book, The World Greatest Salesman, scroll number 2, meet this day with love, meet your clients with more love, meet your prospects with more love, meet your team with more love, because they need more love now than ever before. Stepping up the love and service in a shifting economy, one of the biggest unfair advantages in the world. Stepping up and shifting your marketing campaigns to meet people where they are. People want safety right now. They don't want the speedboat. They want the lifeboat. How do you help people have a strong lifeboat so they can be brave and then move forward? All of those are great strategies. If we had 6 hours, I'd love to cover all of them. But we got 30 minutes here, and I want to talk about the one that I believe none of that crap works if your mindset's off. None of it. You're not brave enough to shift your marketing. You're not brave enough to go deep on the love and the service or launch a new product. So, in this limited time, I'm going to go for the thing that I think is moves the needle the most, is really identifying what success means to you today. And we're talking to the Success organization, Success Magazine, so we might as well go deep on that. What the hell does success mean to you? I know in my 20s, I don't know about you guys, but in my 20s, I was a broke kid, didn't have crap. Finally started making a little money. I lived in upstate New York. I had a collision shop, an auto sales, a tow truck company. I had apartments. You know what success was to me? You'll laugh at this. Not only I gave my mom money every month. That was one of the things. Probably she was my biggest muse. She never had anything, worked 3 jobs to support me and my sister. I couldn't wait to give my mom money. That's one thing. But the other, that I could afford on Thursday afternoons, I would drive down to either LaGuardia or Newark Airport. I would jump on a plane. I would fly to Miami, and I'd party all weekend in Miami. I'd dance on tables, get bottle service, have the time of my life. And that was success to me. Right now, I would rather pull my toenails out than to go do that. Right.
That's
And
funny.
I say that as a joke because it's so contrast to where I am now. Each decade, each half a decade of your life, the definition of success really changes. At this phase of my life,
Mm.
I have more success than I could ever have dreamed of. But what success means to me, and I would die for it, guys, and I'm sure you have the same ones in your life, is I have 4 kids now. My older kids I see every other week. I bring my kids to school every day of their life. I make them breakfast every day of their life. I take both of them to every practice they have because it's time in the car without the cell phone on. And I get to know them, trust them. When my daughter practices, she's a softball pitcher. I have been catching for my daughter twice a week for 7 years. And now she's trying out for varsity this year. She's in 10th grade. She wants to be the starting pitcher on varsity. She's practicing almost every night. It's freaking killing me. But it's part of what success means to me, that when my daughter's pitching, we also bond and talk and joke. And you know what that's like to have a 16-year-old daughter who's you're still friends with, who still tells you everything that possibly goes on in her life. That is success to me, being a connected dad. I'm married to the love of my life. I don't want to screw this up. I've messed up on past relationships. This relationship is so important to me. I want to be an active listener and be that man that deserves a woman like that, right? You don't get a woman like that by getting lucky. It's if you're the man that deserves that. I love that I have the greatest relationship with my team, hundreds of employees, and nobody leaves our company. When they're leaving every company across the country, nobody leaves us because I want to be connected to my team and I want to grow as a human. And none of that might be exciting if you're 27 years old and you want to fly to Miami. I get that. But this is what success means to me. And what would I do to have the freedom to control my calendar, to catch for my daughter, pick my kids up from school, drive them to school, be there for my son, my wife, my team, and grow? I would die for that, right? I would innovate for that. I would pivot for that. I would embrace change for that. I would go against the grain for that. I would disagree with people who tell me I'm crazy for that. I would not dim my glow to match other people around me for that. So for me, when I know what success means to me, and I'm talking a lot about me, but this is really about you spending the time with us here today. If you know what success means to you at the deepest level possible and why you want it, why do I want it? Just being really transparent with you guys. My parents divorced when I was 3. I barely saw my mom, saw my dad once in a while. They both worked really hard to do what they had to do. It's kind of caught in the middle, dumped at grandma's house, right? I don't want my kids to feel that way. I remember being sad when I played baseball and no one was there. I remember doing everything on my own. I did my own laundry at 9 years old. I took care of myself since a really young age. It made me the man I am, no complaints, but I didn't like the way it felt. So that why that success is so deep to me that I fight to be a different dad. I watch my parents get married and divorced 9 times. I fight to be a different husband. I watch companies where people come in and out like a revolving door. I fight to build a bond with my team. I watch people who stop growing at a certain age and they're not happy for 50 years. I work to grow and stretch myself every day. So now you got my success. Now you kind of got the why behind it. I'll fight for that. I'll shift. I'll be bold during a recession. I'll try new things. I'll innovate. I'll market different. I will expand and fight to win where other people, if they're not defined on what success means to them, they're going to play goalie rather than offense. So that was a long answer to a short question. But if I'm going to answer with my heart today of what I think the most important thing is in a shifting time to be successful, I think I just shared it.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. I was just talking to my friend who looked at one of the most longest standing Harvard research projects that's been passed through 4 different groups of scientists, passing the information down from group to group to group. And the number one factor of success that they've found that determines how happy people are, how long they live, and how much they earn is the community they build around them. And I
Love
think it's
that.
fascinating that you're highlighting community in so many areas. The community in your workplace that you're building, the bond with the people that are working there every day, the intimate community with your family, your children. That community means so much. I have a belief that in times of maximum chaos, community matters most, who you spend time with. And so I'd love to know your opinion. Who are the types of people we should be getting around in times like this?
Well, it's a great question. And here's what I know from and I know you guys both do as well. In times like this, it's easy to say, be around your positive friends, the one that supports you, the one that makes you feel better about yourself, the ones that don't make you feel bad about your crazy ass dreams and goals, the ones that you don't dim your glow to match them. All of those are easy to say. And simultaneously, Most people listening are going to be like, how the hell do I find those people? I don't have any in my life. In fact, the person I sleep next to every night is one of the most negative people in my life, or my best friend, or my mom. I mean, that's just a fact of life. I have a buddy, Trent Shelton, who said one time, we're always trying to get other people to see our goals. And most of the time they don't. And he said, what if you just looked at it like glasses? Like, these are your glasses. They're your prescription. This makes you see clearly. If you give them to someone else with a different prescription, they're blurry and go, these are dumb glasses. They don't work, right? It's like God gave you your prescription. Don't try to get other people to see through your lenses. It's not their prescription. It's not their dreams. It's not their goals. But in so many times, we're always trying to convince that other person, like, I'm not a dreamer. I can do this. We can go to the next level. It's like, screw that. Stop trying to convince. You got your glasses. They got theirs. Run your own race. Swim in your lane. But again, we describe the perfect person to be around. Most people aren't. So the cool part about us being all connected, I mean, look at us. We're doing this interview right now. We're in different parts of the country. We're all together here right now. The world has shifted. We can be in proximity. We can be in proximity, virtual, in a way that feels real, congruent, in touch, connected, community. So the thing that I'd say is, if you don't have it at home, if you don't have a mentor, then you got to be a part of something.
Lost your audio, Dean.
Oh no.
Lost your
I think
audio.
he might be sharing the most important part right now.
Yeah,
Hold
that
on
was
one
good,
second.
man.
Technical difficulties. We're going to get him reconnected.
I'm still thinking about the thing that he said with the glasses. I'm like, oh, prescription. Yeah, it makes total sense. Sometimes we share our dreams with those people that we thought could see the same dreams, right? And then they come back and say, what do you mean? So I love that one. I took note of that, Dean. I'm going to be like Dean said. I'm going to quote you on that one, Dean. That was good, man. He's almost back. What do you think? What do you think, Jarek?
I like where he's going with this, and I think he's sharing a very, very important truth. Very important truth, which is sometimes directly around us, we don't have easy access to the people we need that are going to support us, inspire us, challenge us, hold us accountable. Because sometimes the people closest to us, we tend to make excuses for, or, we're scared, and our fears become the story that we tell them because we're afraid that they'll get hurt, or they'll get let down, or they'll be frustrated. And so oftentimes, sometimes the ones that are directly closest to us aren't the right ones to hold us accountable, aren't the right ones to challenge us and inspire us. Sometimes they are. If you have that rare situation, congrats, it's amazing. But I think where he's going with the concept of proximity is, how do we put ourselves consistently in places with people who are striving, people who are willing to have the courage to go for something, people who are willing to take a stand for what they believe in and really make something of it, who people are willing to take risks during chaotic times and find a way to make things work. And like he was saying earlier, the majority of the largest companies on earth were started in times of maximum chaos. And that required a group of people to come together and choose faith over fear. That required a group of people to come together and believe that it was possible when everyone else says it's not. That requires a group of people to come together and find a way, or create an entirely new way to do it when everyone else says it's impossible. And so something I'm really excited about, and I know it's coming up, I think in a week or two, my dad's actually doing this with Dean in partnership and others, amazing humans who are all coming together, and they have this experience they put together that you can join digitally, that is literally bringing together humans from all around the world, who are all going to choose faith over fear, who are all going to choose to become unstoppable in times of chaos, who are all going to choose to either find a way or make a way to bring things to life and to serve humanity at a higher level during times like this. And so I'm really, really excited to invite everyone who's watching. I believe
I'm back.
we have
You're back.
Hey, there he is.
All right, I'm back. There we go. Hey, technology is amazing.
Filling in the gaps.
Yeah, Jarek, I was listening to you, and you're so right. And where I was going when we got cut off here is exactly what you were saying. Is the opportunity to get in proximity with those that inspire you, those that empower you, those that make you choose faith over fear, opportunity over obstacles, what you have rather than what you've lost. We have the greatest opportunity in the world to do that now than ever before. And one thing I'll add to that is not only is it great to be around people that inspire you, but it's really great to be around people who've already forged the path. They've already done what it is you hope to do, and they're willing to share it. The fastest way to get from where you are to where you want to be is model someone who's already done it. And you were sharing that, Jarek, which I think is so great, is your dad, Tony Robbins, is doing, and we're working together on this on January 24th. Tony knows what's going on in the world. We know what people need. There's nobody better in the world than him to deliver those capabilities, to be in proximity, and to be with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people just like you around the world, that you are in alignment, that you all want to choose a different path. And what Tony's calling it this year is the unshakable challenge. He's challenging you to think different, challenging you to adopt new processes in your life so you become unshakable. And what's unshakable mean? Really courageous, confident, move forward, be bold, don't sit on your hands, don't freeze. And we're really stoked. I think we'll have close to 1 million people registered by the time we go
Whoa.
live on January 24th. We're on our way to 1 million right now, and people need it more than ever. And Tony is freaking stoked. He's been obsessing over this. And let me just tell you what it is. It starts on January 24th. It's probably 2 hours a day. Sometimes Tony can't control himself. Might be 3 hours, but 2 to 3 hours a day to transform your life.
Yeah.
And it's a strategic 5 days that build on each other to change your identity, change your outlook, and build a 2023 success blueprint. That's his whole goal. And, it might be the last free event he ever does. I mean, it's hard. If you know his schedule, it's freaking insane. So I want to give you a link. If you guys can drop this in the chat or put it in the notes below, or if you're watching the replay, join Tony300.com. Join Tony300.com. And here's what I'll tell you to do. Go register. As soon as you watch this, most of you are going to be watching a replay. Don't hesitate. If you like anything we shared today, we've done this in 25 minutes or so. This is just a glimpse. So many of the things that we shared here are just the starting point of where Tony will take over. If you're ready to make this the best year of your life, you need a different plan. We are in a different world. That means we need new capabilities. Your best thinking got you here. Time to upgrade thinking, upgrade your action. So go to jointony300.com. You register for free. Not kind of free. It's completely free. Register. Then what I would do is 2 things. I would take that link and I would send it to anybody in your life that needs this. How often do you get 5 days with Tony Robbins and a bunch of great friends hell bent on your success to do that for free? So send jointony300.com to every single person you know. One of them you should make your accountability partner. Have somebody go through it with. And then the second thing I do is go put it in your calendar right now. Grab your phone, January 24th, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Put it in your phone, like right now, because there is nothing like being live. There'll be hundreds of thousands of people from around the world with you live, inspiring you, all learning together. And it's a really amazing event. So hope that helps.
Yeah, it does. Jarek, you're my accountability partner.
Let's do it. I'm going to hold you accountable.
I'm sending the link to you right now.
I already texted to you. Tony 300. We're in.
That's so good, man. I love it.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thank you, Dean, for joining us. Thank you, all of you who watched live with us. And for everyone watching the replay, like Dean said, go to jointony300.com, register, put it in your calendar, and I always say, pick 5 people. Pick one who's your accountability and 4 people you know that will allow you to become their hero. And your hero meaning the shift that's going to happen in their life, the empowerment they're going to feel, the strength, the courage, the tenacity, how they're going to level up as a human being. They will forever look back and thank you for being the person that helped make it happen by inviting them to this challenge. So invite those 4 other friends, invite the one that's going to be your personal accountability partner. Go to Join Tony 300. I look forward to seeing you there. And Dean, thank you once again for joining us. Tristan, thanks for hosting as always. and we'll see you all later. Join Tony 300. Go there now, register, and invite your friends and put it in your calendar.